Made me start thinking about what our real legacy is to these kids, our students, as they come through our programs. And I think we spend a lot of time talking about how we can make these competitions better and how we can make them more fair, which I think those conversations are good. But what that interaction taught me is that we have to have a little bit of perspective, because neither one of us remembered whether we won or lost that round. Neither one of us. What we remembered is how we felt going into it and how we felt coming out of it. And so I thought it was more important for me to say to you that clearly your legacy to us, to me, to your students, is not the number of championships you win or where you're ranked. Although, I've been in the bureaucracy, I know why that's important. But it is how you prepare them to be lawyers and to be good lawyers and to be ethical lawyers. Because that legacy that you have tentacles all across this country. Think about how random that is for me to fly all the way from Alabama, and he flew all the way from Philadelphia, and for us to meet for the first time really in that one location 2 days before I had to come here. So it made me realize that our legacy and our influence is so widespread, and it's so much more and so much deeper than the competitions that we win and what our ranks are. And so I wanted to say that about legacy, but I would be remiss if I did not thank Judge Roberts for the legacy that he has created, not just for me, but for my entire family. I am the first lawyer in generations for my family. I'm the first lawyer on either my mother's side or my father's side. My grandmother, Sara, who I'm named after, you know, our parents always say they had to walk 5 miles to school in the snow. Well, she actually did have to walk 5 miles to school in the snow because she lived on the plantation that my family sharecropped. But education was so important to her. And so I was so proud to be able to graduate from Cumberland School of Law and to be the first lawyer. But I am more proud of the fact that the skills that I have learned and the skills that Judge Roberts taught me and the professionalism and the values that are ingrained in me through our program have allowed me to have a career that has destroyed the generational poverty that my family was cursed with, that has created a path for my daughter that I never knew. I just was bold enough to decide that I knew I wanted better for myself, but I didn't know what. And throughout the course of my career, I left some very good law firms and people thought I was crazy, but every time I called Judge Roberts, he supported me in every single decision. Even when I went to work for the lawyer that everyone hated. And so I look back at his legacy, and it's not just about my career. When on Mother's Day, and all the moms and dads in here know when you're traveling, right? Being a parent is to live in the perpetual state of guilt, right? We're all feeling guilty right now that we're sitting here enjoying cocktails and not at home. And so I have that, right? And even though in my heart I know that I'm creating a better path for her, I still have that guilt. But on Mother's Day, she gave me this gift, and it was the top 10 reasons why I love my mom. And number one was because she takes me to Target. But number 2 was I know she loves me because she worked so hard at work. And I remember when I got pregnant with her, and I had never planned on having children, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. My career was like right at the point where it was taking off, and everyone told Judge Roberts that I would not be coming back and that I would never coach again. and we sat her on that bench in her pumpkin seat. And I mean, she has learned to walk in our courtrooms, and the halls of Cumberland are her playground. And she's so comfortable in a courthouse that she tells people all the time, I'm going to be a boss and I'm going to be a judge. And it's just so innate in her. And I never would have thought to say that at the age of 6. And so I think it's important for you all to hear, especially after, you know, school year is over, you've probably had difficult students and, you know, coaches that you've dealt with, and we've all had issues at competitions. I sometimes think it is important when we come here and we're a community together to know that the influence that you have on an individual is so far beyond teaching them primacy and recency and where to stand in a courtroom, that you are changing people's lives. And it is important. It was important for me to tell you that, because as much as Judge was an influence on me, AJ was, you know, who was a coach at Maryland, was so supportive and has always been supportive, and Charlie and Joe, and I think about this community and how it has supported me throughout my career, and I'm so thankful for that influence and for the legacy that you all have left me and my family. So I will conclude by thanking Charlie and Stetson for this award. Our PR team thanks you as well. They're very happy to have some constant material. But I want to end by, again, thanking you, Judge Roberts, for believing in me and always supporting me, and always letting me know that it was safe to be me. And you have changed my life immensely, and I wouldn't be standing here if it was not for you. So thank you all very much.